Hi guys, so before we move ahead right now in the story, and I start reading more, I just want you guys to take note of the fact that how like in one paragraph we've been introduced to the servant, um, the father, what the brother might be doing right now, what the servant might be doing right now, what the father might be doing right now, um, the setting of how the house looks like, all of that stuff. Now we're going to continue. In Cambridge, it is 11 in the morning, already lunchtime in the hospital's accelerated day. A tray holding warm apple juice, jello, ice cream, and cold baked chicken is brought to her side. Patty, the friendly nurse with the diamond engagement ring and a fringe of reddish hair beneath her cap, tells Ashima to consume only the jello and the apple juice. It's just as well. Ashima would not have touched the chicken even if permitted. Americans eat their chicken and its skin, though Ashima has recently found a kind butcher on the Prospect Street willing to pull it off for her. Patty comes to fluff the pillows, tidy the bed. Dr. Ashley pokes in his head from time to time. No need to worry, he chirps, putting a stethoscope to Ashima's belly, patting her hand, admiring her various bracelets. Everything is looking perfectly normal. We're expecting a perfectly normal delivery, Mrs. Ganguly. Um, Now here, you see how just in just within a paragraph, um, there was again that integration of the diaspora effect. But nothing feels normal to Ashima. For the past 18 months, ever since she's arrived in Cambridge, nothing has felt normal at all. Now, take note of the line that's following. It's not so much the pain which she knows somehow she will survive, it's the consequence. Motherhood in a foreign land. For it was one thing to be pregnant, to suffer the queasy mornings in bed, the sleepless nights, the dull throbbing in her back, the countless visits to the bathroom. Throughout the experience, in spite of her growing discomfort, she'd been astonished by her body's ability to make life exactly as her mother and grandmother and all her great grandmothers had done. Now, see how there's also longing in between that process. That's not diaspora, but that's a lot of nostalgia hitting her at once. That it was happening so far away from home, unmonitored and unobserved by those she loved, had made it more miraculous still. But she's terrified to raise a child in a country where she's related to no one, where she knows so little, where life seems so tentative and spare. How about a little walk? It might do you good, Patty asks when she comes to clear the lunch tray. Ashima looks up from a tattered copy of Desh magazine that she'd bought to read on her plane ride to Boston, and still cannot bring herself to throw away the printed pages of Bengali type, slightly rough to the touch, are a perpetual comfort to her. She's read each of the short stories and poems and articles a dozen times. There's a pen and ink drawing on page 11 by her father, an illustrator for the magazine. A view of the North Calcutta skyline sketched from the roof of their flat one foggy January morning. Now you see how within this there's constant tug of war between right now, home, right now, home, right now, home. So if you've resigned to being a Shima, you can probably feel the weight of that diaspora effect already. She had stood behind her father as he'd drawn it, watching as he crouched over his easel, a cigarette dangling from his lips, his shoulders wrapped in a black Kashmiri shawl. Yes, all right, Ashima says. And there's also Along with that constant tug of war, there's that entire process of what she's going through right now to be able to bring a life into this world. Patty helps Ashima out of bed, tucks her feet one by one into slippers, drapes a second nightgown around her shoulders. Just think, Patty says as Ashima struggles to stand. In a day or two, you'll be half the size. She takes Ashima's arm as they step out of the room into the hallway. After a few feet, Ashima stops, her legs trembling as another wave of pain surges through her body. She shakes her head, her eyes filling with tears. I cannot. You can. Squeeze my hand. Squeeze as tight as you like. After a minute, they continue on towards the nurse's station. Hoping for a boy or a girl, Patty asks. As long as there are 10 fingers and 10 toes, Ashima replies. For these anatomical details, these particular signs of life are the ones she has the most difficulty picturing when she imagines the baby in her arms. Now, you see, the whole fear of becoming a mother is also about the fact that I hope my child's fine. I hope my child's okay. I hope my child, when it comes into this world, there's constant throwback in terms of nostalgia, there's constant tug of war, but then there's also this entire um, thought that she just expressed clearly that I hope my child is complete, you know, everything's fully developed. So between all of this pain, you see how the character that we've initially been asked to resign to, that character at once is a lot of characters. She's not just Ashok's wife who's finding it sacred to call him by his name. She's not just Rana's sister. She's not just the girl who's craving this snack. She's also this person who needs right now not reassurance, but who can already feel the maternal guilt that people talk about, or the whole worry that, okay, I'm about to bring a life into this world, I'm responsible for it. I hope that life's fine in every possible way. We'll continue reading. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up as well as subscribe to the channel. And press the bell icon perhaps to stay updated for whenever a new video drops in. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. See you guys in another lecture.